G'day, my name's Brian from BsianTech. We've got a special one today. We're going to do the unboxing and first impression of this brand new Acer Travelmate P4. This was just announced 2 weeks ago at the Next at Acer event, and I first want to make a big thank you to Acer for sending me this device so I can have a look at it. Thank you very much, guys. And I'm just so happy to have a look at this with you guys. And without further ado, let's get to the unboxing. Now this does have the 12th gen Intel core, so it is the 2022 model. And again, as always, I've got my good old unboxing knife, and we'll just do that nice little slit. I might have to do 2 slits, maybe. This is no longer, I might actually go towards me because this is no longer a sharp knife. I'm gonna have to sharpen this knife later on anyway. So there we go, we've got that slit going. Have I got it through? And have I actually got it through? No, sorry, I have to do the second round because I'm just doing it away from myself. There we go. That tape was a little bit tougher than I thought it was going to be. Now, while we're going to unbox this, I want to first make off, again, with all Acer, and a lot of other brands are starting to do this a lot. We're getting a lot of what we call cardboard, which is fantastic because that's helping with sustainability. At the next at Acer conference, you would have seen they made a very big thing about them trying to be more sustainable and eco-friendly, and this is just one part of it. It's absolutely fantastic to see. This is all made from 100% recycled as well too. Now, also this Travelmate, before I actually unbox it, I do know that the materials on the Travelmate P4 is about 33.7% use of post-recycled plastic to actually make the computer, which is good. We're using a little bit of what we have waste and remaking computers out. It's absolutely fantastic to see that a lot of the manufacturers doing that, and Acer have got that really strongly in mind. All right, let's continue on. Let's try and make this. Now this is opened up a little bit differently, which is great to see. All right, what we got? Again, you see this is all made of cardboard, so it is recyclable. Now, as always, I'm gonna open up the power supply. You guys know, you've been on my channel. Those who are joining me for the very first time, welcome. And for those who are rejoining me, thank you very much for continuing your support. All right, what do we got here? We've got a power supply. It's actually quite decently small. It looks a little thick, but it's actually quite decently small. And what we got here, we have got, let's have a look. Sorry, I'm just trying to get through to what have we got here. It is a 65 watt power adapter. That's great to see. And it charges by, it's a little small charge. So this runs off its own priority sort of port there, and I'm going to have to look when I get to the computer. I'm going to have a look at that, but I'm more than likely would not be surprised if it has Thunderbolt 4. Should have Thunderbolt 4, and more than likely you can charge the computer using the Thunderbolt 4 ports or the USB Type-C ports, especially for docking stations and also port replicators anyway. All right, we've just got a normal power cable. I'm just going to put this on the side. Overall, that's not very heavy at all. That's actually quite light. All right. Next up, is there anything else? That's all that's from this side. Then we've got the computer itself. Now, let's have a look at this. I'm just gonna take this thing off, these ones here, and I'm just gonna move this onto the ground. Get this out of the way. Sorry about the noise, and let's try to move this thing away. Oh, now, this is a 16-inch they've sent me. Whoa, that is a nice sort of look to it. It's very smooth. Again, it is plastic, so it's okay. Again, this is aimed towards the commercial enterprise, so I don't mind the plastic because it means it's very durable. It's plastic at the back as well. Let's have a look at the ports first before I get onto it, and we get a look. So first off, we've got on the left-hand side, we've got, or what you call right-hand side if you're looking towards the computer, we've got 2 USB Type-A ports. They're USB 3.2 Gen 2 ports. We've got a headphone jack, and then we've got probably a Kensington lock slot or security lock slot on that side. Along the back, nothing there besides the exhaust vent or intake vent. I'm thinking that's the exhaust vent in the middle. And then on the left side of the computer, we've got your power adapter port. We've got, it's good to see they've still left the Ethernet port. Now this is on a lever systems. It's fantastic to see, knowing that being a commercial, they've still got the Ethernet port there. And then we've got a full-size HDMI port. We've got 2 USB Type-C ports. They're probably Thunderbolt 4 ports in there. And that's about it for that side. Now looking at the front, oh, look at that. At the front we've got SD card reader, and then that's all there is at the front. Nice overall. That's cool. Okay, now let's do the one finger test to see how the hinge is going. Now it's hinge on both sides, and that's quite a decent amount of hinge there. And then you've got a bit of an indent at the back here, so I'm thinking it can go all the way. We'll find out. So let's do this. Before we actually do that, let's have a look at how, if this clamps actually, before I do that, because I've got something in between. I've got to give it a fair shot, so I will just do the one finger test to see how smooth or how much it grips. So here we go. It's got a little bit of grip. And then that is pretty much smooth all the way. And I don't have to put, once it gets past around about what I would say, about 45 degrees, it really much doesn't take too much effort and it's very smooth all the way through. But the first 45 degrees does clamp a little bit more there for now. So I'm just going to put that away. Nice, I can see that very nicely. Now I'm going to actually close this up before I show you the display. Now I'm just going to do the wiggle test, and at the moment, from my looking at the wiggle test, it is clamping very good. The hinge is clamping very well. It's not even let going at all. That's fantastic to see. All right, I'm going to bring in the helper in so you guys can see this a lot better. All right, here we go. Now let's kind of open this. Whoa. I'll open this up while holding this thing, like just because this is on. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Look how that is. Now I'm going to see if I can bring this. That's my best angle I've got. And look at that now. Sorry, I might have to actually just bring this just so I can see it as well too. All right, well, we've got an IPS display here. It is 16 by 10 display. I'm going to try and turn this thing on. Where is the power button? Power button's on the top right hand corner, and it has a fingerprint reader built into the power button. I can see as well too. It's fantastic. I was just wondering if we need to actually get this on charge, not to turn it on. Well, it is turning on, which is great to see because I can see the backlit keys is booted up. And I can see on the top here, we've got a webcam. We do have a privacy shutter at the top here. So there we go. We've got a nice little lever here. I've got to have a check on what it is. And we've got the display. Now I'm going to bring this thing up. I don't know which model I've got here. I know we've got the i5 version. Again, this is 12th gen Intel core, so that's great. We've got efficiency cores and the power performance cores as well too. Now let's have a look at the brightness. I've got a max brightness at the moment for there, and I'm going to quickly do the speaker test in a moment. I'm just going to look at firstly just the keys, the keyboard keys itself. I haven't got any of the special keys that I see at normally. No, just besides we've just got the snippet tool, which is nice to see around about just after F12. And then, oh, interesting enough, we have a number pad on the right hand side. It's not like a big size, it's actually a much slimmer size. I would probably say about half the size you would normally see on the number pad, but still it's good to see they've actually included in that, and this is a 16-inch, so we've got space for it and without having to sacrifice on it. So we've still got the number pad. I like that. Keep that up because the number pads are very, very useful for a lot of professional work or even office productivity work. That number pad is fantastic anyway. Besides that, we've got some normal keys. Yep, I haven't seen any abnormal keys. Now, as for the texture of each keys, ooh, it's very smooth. It's got a bit of key travel there, not like a massive amount like I would normally do. I say, and you guys know, I love the ThinkPad keyboards. This is probably about 3/4 of the travel distance, but still very good. Got good tactile feel to it. It's not crazy loud neither, and we've got quite narrow spacings between each keys, and the size of keys, I'll say medium size as well. But no, very nice keys, very, very nice keys. Even though the travel depth is, I would say I'd be happy with that still to type on that. Now, I'm gonna have a quick look at it's got a massive, massive trackpad here at the side here. That is quite a large Mac trackpad here. Now it is, I can straight away see it's mechanical as well. So it's hinged at the top, so you can't depress it at the top, and you can depress at the bottom here. So it's hinged at the top, and it is very smooth. Feels pretty much very similar to the palm rest, but a little bit more smooth. So we've got more of a glass sort of feel to it as well too. Now I am going to have a look at the speakers. I know you guys are going to be excited to see the speakers. So let me quickly go get this thing connected to the internet, and we're gonna just bring up my usual thing. So just, all right, now I've got this thing connected and I've got them ready to go with the sound. So I'm gonna quickly go through the sounds of this to see how that runs off. So you guys can have just a little audio sample as well. This is running at volume of 50%. All right, we have here, it's actually quite balanced in terms of mids and highs. And for lows, it does have a bit of bass, but we haven't got that oomphy bass on the thing. Now, that's not really that much kind of what I kind of expect from enterprise sort of targeted computer. We don't have a crazy amount of bass. It's mostly more used for video conferencing and stuff like that. But still, very nice speakers. It has 4 speakers, which is firing upwards, and we'll do the sound test when we do my review later on, which I will do a review later on this once I spend a bit of time on this. Now, also, this is a pre-production model as well too, because you can see here, down here, it says the NFC is not validated. It does have options which you can then put an NFC, which for this one here as optional as well too. Now, overall, I'm quite liking the screen. The display is a matte sort of display sort of style. Again, it's a 16 by 10, and it's actually quite decently bright. We'll have a little play with that when I have a get to play it outdoors as well as indoors in my review video. Anyway, this is just a quick first look at it. I'm actually quite liking the feel and look of this Travelmate P4. Love to hear what your thoughts are of this Travelmate P4 as well. Put a comment below. And please, if you enjoy this video or you find it very helpful for you, please smash that like button for me. It does help me out. And if you haven't done already, subscribe to my channel by hitting the subscribe button on the screen. I do try to upload a new video every week. And as always, imperfections in life makes it beautiful and interesting. And I'll catch you in the next video.